Guided reading, must do and can do activities, part 5. I've just realized too that when I do that, it kind of looks like an engagement announcement. I'm engaged! Ah! Who cares? Let's keep going anyway. Hi guys, welcome to Talk and Chalk. I'm Beck. I hope you've been enjoying all of the videos that I've been sharing. I've had lots of new subscribers recently and some lovely feedback from everyone. But let's not dwell on that today. Let's get straight into it. We've got lots of new resources. And when I say we, I mean in the classrooms that I'm working at the moment, and mainly because of Kmart. No, they didn't sponsor the video. I just love shopping at Kmart. So I went and got a few new resources and I've been putting them to use in my must do and can do activities. Only a few things today, so it's going to be pretty quick. I touch on some of the activities that I've done before just for any of those people that haven't seen them. And if you haven't seen my other videos, there is part 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as an iPad edition of the must do and can do activities, which you can see back in the videos list. And if you want to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, the links are in the description below, and there's also the subscribe button. So if you like this, give me a thumbs up, click to subscribe, and let's switch to some video that I did in my classroom of the must do, can do activities, and then I'll come back and just talk a little bit about how that works in the classroom for those of you who haven't actually seen the other videos before. Okay, let's see the classroom. Okay, in my room, I've got some activities set up for you guys, but for those of you that have watched my videos before, you'll notice we've moved the classroom around. I got the kids to map out what the measurements of the classroom were and things that needed to stay in the one place, like, you know, the computer table because of cables and stuff. And they had to design where things were rearranged. So I'll just walk through and show you. We've now moved our awesome chairs with our Hungry Caterpillar pillows over here. We moved the tall table over here, and we switched our cube storage from this space with the tote trays that are now at the back. We've kept the whiteboard at the back with the brown mat, but we moved the big chair over to the new reading corner. So we've got books there now with our things here. And the jelly bean table has now been moved to the front corner where the word wall is, and table in the middle there with chairs all around so that they can look at the whiteboard on that side, or they can use this whiteboard on this side, or, you know, things that we stick up on the window. So I think they did a really good job of redesigning. So I've laid out my must do, can do activities for this week for you guys to have a look at. So I'll flip cameras around. Okay, so you guys saw before I was doing some synonyms where the kids had to write synonyms for the words that I put at the top there. This week, because we're working on persuasive writing, I have posed a statement for them. Slime should be banned at school. And then there's an agree column and a disagree column. So they just get some of these post-it notes. I got these for like $1 from Kmart. And then they get to put ideas on the agree or the disagree side. So school should be banned. I agree. It's good if you're bored. It will stick on you. So we might need to revise which side some of these go on, because it looks like some of them are put an agree on a disagree side over there. Okay, I'm revising some activities that we've done before, but in case you haven't seen my earlier videos, I'll just let you know quickly. The kids get out these cardboard Scrabble letters, and then they need to make words with 2 letters, 3 letters, 4 letters, and go through here. And then they write down words that they made using the cardboard letter tiles. And then this one here is called Scoop and Spell, and they just have this laminated sheet. And again, 2 letter, 3 letter, 4 letter, 5 letter words. And that's the reference there, thisreadingmama.com. And all they do is they scoop out letters with their hands, put it on the floor, and they use the tiles they've got to make these up. They're not allowed to go digging for extra ones. They can only use the ones that they scoop out, and then they just put the tiles on here to make words. So like 2 letter word, oops, 2, done. And they put different ones on each one there. Okay, so my new ones though. Oh, you've seen build a sentence before. That was in a previous video. This I love. I got this from Kmart for $12, and it comes with all these letters. So colleagues suggested to me I should go and get like one of those fishing kits with the dividers in it to be able to separate all the letters so they're not digging through. But all I did was I have this bag,
full of laminated cards there. There we go, sorry, move that over. These laminated cards, and I just picked some out, and then the kids just make words with them. So you've got the different sounds there, and they're just going to go in rows like that. So I'm going to leave the ones that they've done on there, and they can add to this each day. And as they fill it out, we might just, you know, slot another card in there and get some more words across it. So for $12, I think that was an absolute bargain. It is a bit heavy. I might need a stand for it, but flat on the table, it's fine. Okay, this one has been the hit this time. So this is another one from Kmart. It looks like this, electronic skill game, and it's only $6. It needs 2 AA batteries, and that's it. So, you know, if you've ever been to the carnivals or anything, you know how this works. You're meant to use this to go around without touching the sides. So when I turn it on, I'm usually quite skilled at this. Let's see how I go doing it while I film. Oh, I'm trying to film and do this at the same time. They're going to go around and try not to touch it. So, I failed. So I've told the kids that as they go around, every single time they touch it and it makes a noise, they've got to count. So I've probably touched it like 5 times now. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm going to stop. So they have to count how many times they touch it. And they've got a group out there or a buddy or whatever they can do it with to make sure they're not cheating. However many times they touch it, going from one side to the other, that's how many words they've got to write from the dictionary. So they get to go in and they can do any words they want. Flip to a page. If they get 10, like I did, you can just find 10 from one page if you want to, and they just write them on the whiteboard. They were really good at doing it too. They took turns. So when they had finished counting how many times they had knocked it, they went to the whiteboard and started writing while the other person started setting up to have their turn. So that worked really well. Okay, and on Google Classroom this week, I've just opened up one of the students' activities. They've been working on their character development sheets. So they've been rolling for skill sets and just scribbling some different ideas. They've made a shield, a family crest, based on their character. And this is going to be their final published character sheet. So he will put a picture of his character on the side there, and they're going to put the name here. And this student has started filling in details here, so the age and everything. So he'll put the skill sets that he rolled on his draft sheet here are going to go into the skill sets there. And now they haven't done inventory yet. So far that wasn't on our planning sheet, but that's going to be added here. So they get to pick a bag of what their character's bag looks like, and then add that to their character sheet. So I'm not going to let them, they need to click turn in here when they're done. So I'm not going to let them click turn in until I actually cite it and make sure they've checked their spelling and everything.
Okay, so like I said, I've only got a few new activities at the moment, but hopefully you'll find them beneficial. If you want to take a trip to Kmart, you'll find them there easily. I found the blackboard with the letter tiles in the homeware section. So kind of near the stationery, but not quite near it, where the lamps and things were, and it was only $12, bargain. Other things that I usually use, I end up finding in the kids stationery section, which is always quite helpful as well. The best thing that I found though in the kids section was this gigantic set of Uno cards, like cardboard poster size Uno cards. They were $15. So I think on next pay I'm probably going to go back and use those and make some clever pickles videos with those ones, because they were just too good not to go back and get. So anyway, you can see though that I just lay out those activities almost in a rotation, and they don't always have to stay in the same place. I move them around depending on what it is. But for those of you that haven't actually tried the must do can do approach, the idea being that kids can pick and choose those activities, and that must do's are ones that they must do on that day, and the can do's are ones that they can do. So It's pretty self-explanatory. If they've finished the must-dos, they get to move on to the can-dos. They don't get to just go and randomly do nothing but the can-dos, because then they're not meeting our expectations. And we need to have those conversations and setting those expectations for the kids. So you can have iPads ready to go to take photos of work. You might have a sheet written down, like kind of like a contract, where they can tick off that they've completed those activities. And you're helping set that expectation that they need to take control over their learning, not just wander around the room and do whatever the hell they want while you're reading and doing guided reading with a group of students. So while you are doing that reading, you shouldn't be up yelling out across the room and reminding kids that they have to do something. That expectation is there, that work must be done, and that comes down to your classroom management. If it's not done, you need to instill whatever the consequences for your school or your classroom are, and make sure that students know that in that space they get to make that choice over their learning, and that there will be consequences if they don't make positive choices that benefit their learning. With the Google Classroom activities, they will differ. So I pick different groups to go on and start at first, and it depends on the activity. They might need longer than other days. So some days they'll go on and they only need 10 minutes to complete the activity. They're done. Next, a lot of kids can go on there, because I've only got 4 of those computers in my classroom. So once 4 are done, the next 4 can go on. However, the activity that I set for them this week in Google Docs is quite time consuming. They're having some issues with copying and pasting and formatting and things in Google Docs. And some of them are spending about 20, 25 minutes on there before I say, right, too bad, doesn't matter if you're not finished, off you go. You can go back to it at the end of the week. So I'm hoping they'll be able to complete them tomorrow. If not, they can do it next week. It's not an issue. It's the first time I set something for them in Google Docs formatted this way. So, it's a learning curve. I've got to accept that as well. But any of those other activities, though, if you've got questions, if you've got your own activities that you want to share with me and think I should give a go in the classroom, please feel free to pop them in the comments below. I love hearing from you. Send me a message if you've got any questions, if you've got issues or anything like that. I always reply to people. Thank you very much for all the lovely feedback I've been getting on the videos, and to all my new subscribers. It's just great to see people sharing and collaborating and getting value from the conversations and things that we do together. So I'm very happy to have you all here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'll put my button down below. You can hover over that and click on the subscribe button. I'll chuck another video up at the top there. Please feel free to share this with colleagues that you think might benefit, whether they're experienced teachers, whether they're new teachers, if you're at university. I love to hear from all of you. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.